Hello children, again we are back with the lesson, the continuation of the same lesson from trade to territory. Now the company, they began to amass profit. You see how they have acquired Bengal. Now they want more and more territories from India. They are not just satisfied with Bengal. So they were attracted with this huge wealth of our country. They want to capture all the territories. Now they began to use so many tricky ways, different tricky ways to capture the places. So the company annexed territories through different methods. They were very brilliant, very shrewd. So in certain places, when the rulers were so strong, they conquered the territory by direct military confrontation. Okay, and in certain places they interfere into the political affairs and they capture the nation. Then through economic method they captured our territory, also diplomatic method. So the different methods they use to annex a country, first is direct military confrontation, political methods, economic methods and diplomatic methods. So they use all possible ways to capture our territory. Now they began to appoint residents in all palaces. The residents means it is the representatives of the company in the Nawab's palace or in the Nawab's place. So they are keeping a watch under all the movements of the Nawab and they are updating the rulers. Okay. So these residents began to interfere into the political affairs of the country. They began to decide the successor to the throne. Even that much they began to decide and they began to appoint even the officials, their own officials into Nawab's office. So all the control of the Nawab's palace and officers was taken up by these Britishers through residents. Now, sometimes the company forced the state to enter into subsidiary alliance. And you know what subsidiary alliance is? So in case of subsidiary alliance, no Nawab or no country province in India is allowed to maintain their own army. They are not allowed to maintain their own force. So for the protection of the Nawab, the Britishers are saying that we will protect you. Instead, you have to pay the money back. You have to pay the tribute back. So they said that the protection of the Nawabs will be taken by the Britishers itself. They will maintain the army or the force in the Nawab's palace and the Nawab have to pay money for the subsidiary alliance. In case if the Nawab fails to pay the tribute, the Britishers, what they will do? They will just take the country into their annexation. They will take the territory under their control. See how diplomatic they are in conquering the country. So they force certain state to fall into the subsidiary alliance. In the subsidiary alliance, the Nawabs are not allowed to maintain an army. The Nawab's protection will be taken or looked after by the Britishers and the Nawab have to pay a money or a tribute for the Britishers for this protection. And in case if the Nawabs fail in giving these tributes, then country's control automatically fall into the Britishers' hands. Okay. So half of Awadh was taken on pretext of this subsidiary alliance. Then another territory that has fall into the Britishers' hand on the pretext of subsidiary alliance was Hyderabad. Okay. So half of Awadh and half of Hyderabad was annexed on the pretext of subsidiary alliance. Now I told you when the rulers were very strong, they defeated them through direct military confrontation. One such example where the Britishers annexed the territory using the direct military confrontation is in case of Mysore. Mysore was ruled by Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan and both were very powerful leaders. They did not allow these Britishers to enter or interfere into their political affairs. So they were ruling in Mysore and Mysore, you know, it has a good port and the Britishers were using this port to take the goods from India to their country and cardamom, pepper, then sandalwood, all these things the Britishers brought from the Mysore or the Malabar market. So Tipu Sultan, he stopped exports from the Mysore port. He said that Britishers, now the East India Company will not be allowed to carry the product from India through the Mysore port to their country. Then he disallowed all the local traders in Mysore from trading with the Britishers. So he disallowed trade. Then French was their enemy. French was the enemy of the Britishers. In the beginning we saw that. This Tipu Sultan had a very good friendly relationship with the French people. So automatically what will happen? The Britishers won't like this. So the Britishers negotiated with Tipu Sultan, but Tipu Sultan did not agree to any conditions that they have put forth. So it resulted in open war. But it was not easy to defeat Tipu Sultan. They have to fought 4 continuous war, and at last in the 4th war, which was carried on in a place known as Seringapatam, the Tipu Sultan was defeated. Okay. So Tipu Sultan stopped exports from Mysore port. Then he disallowed trade and established a friendly relation with French. This infuriated Britishers, and as a result they fought. There was a fierce war between Tipu Sultan and the company. 4 wars were fought between the company and Tipu. Tipu was killed in the battle of Seringapatam. Then after that, Vodiyas, which were the rulers before, they were reinstalled and subsidiary alliance was installed over them. So army was taken away. So this Brit company disarmed Mysore, okay, and took the complete control of Mysore. Now another method that they used to annex a country is the doctrine of lapse. You know what is doctrine of lapse? Doctrine of lapse was introduced by the Governor General Lord Dalhousie. According to the doctrine of lapse, if any king die without leaving a male heir, then automatically the country will fall into the hands of the Britishers. Understood? If the king is not having a boy child, why he dies, then the territory will be annexed to the British area. Okay. So doctrine of lapse states that if a king die without leaving a male heir, then the control of the territory will automatically be passed into the hands of the Britishers. So using this particular doctrine of lapse, the Britishers have annexed Satara, Sambalpur, Udaipur, Nagpur and Jhansi. See, so many territories they have annexed on the pretext of doctrine of lapse. Now half of Awadh is there. So that half of Awadh, before you have seen that Awadh was annexed using the subsidiary alliance doctrine. Now half of the Awadh they just took into their control, saying on the pretext of the misgovernment of Nawab. They said that the Nawab of Awadh is not ruling properly, the people are much upset with the rule, so we are going to take the control of this particular area. So they took the half part of the control of the Awadh. Now the entire Awadh has come under the control of Britishers. So using all these tactics, means direct military confrontation, political method, economic method and even diplomatic method, Britishers have annexed many parts of India. So by this we can conclude the chapter now. Okay, thank you children.